Hello everyone, my name is Wayne.
And I'm Rebecca.
And we are your Bourbon Journey. So we recently took a trip to Bardstown.
Which was fabulous.
And on the first day that we were there, we got in the afternoon, and the second place we stopped at was Lux Row.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things they had been offering you said you got an email or something?
Yeah, I mean, back around Thanksgiving time, I got an email from Penelope because it's one of the places I subscribe. And if you don't know, Penelope is a sister company of Luxco, which is Lux Row. And, you know, Limestone Branch is also part of that. It's all under the MGP family, to be honest. I'd gotten an email about, wow, they're going to release this Founders Reserve. It's an estate special, 11 years old. You know, get on the list. And then, you know, if you get selected, you know, like always happens, whether it's this or Russell's 15 or the birthday bourbon, I never get picked. So Anyway, I got the disappointing email because we knew we were going to be going there at Christmas, and it was in December. You'd have to pick it up. And ironically, right before we were getting ready to go, I got another email from Penelope because apparently people that won that lottery did not pick up their bottles, or said they were not going to be able to pick them up. So they said, we have some in the distillery. If you come by and they're there, that's it. So they had sold out of a couple of the lots, but we had the opportunity to taste Lot B, which was our bartender's recommendation. And that's what we ended up getting, was Lot B. It is also the highest proof of the group. And so we tasted that day and we said, yeah, let's go ahead and pick this up. So there you go. So let's tell you a little bit more about this bottle, which I'm going to be really transparent here. I had no idea what we bought. I'm just saying, I just know I love Penelope. What we tasted that day was great. But when I tell you what this is, maybe you knew, but I had no idea. So here we go. This is the Penelope Estate Collection. It is a straight wheat whiskey. Yes, I said that. The mash bill is 95% wheat and 5% malted barley. It is 11 years old. They're calling it their Founders Reserve. Lot B comes in at 118.4 proof. And like Wayne said, we got it at Lux Row Distillery on December 26th, and we paid $200 for it. This particular barrel, there's some interesting notes on the box. This particular barrel was a heavy toast on the staves and a number 2 char on the head. So I'm super curious. It's been a while. I think the only real wheat whiskey we've ever had is Bernheim. So trying this one out, it's going to be interesting.
So I guess we should, at this point, pick it up, take a look.
It's kind of a medium amber. It is 11 years old, so you expect a little bit of that char, that heavy char that was on the staves, to be in the bottle a little bit here. But it's got some really pretty legs forming. Yeah.
Pretty good.
Let's
sniff it. Take a sniff.
Wow, it is very wheat.
Yeah.
Very wheat forward.
Yeah, sweet wheat.
I mean, it's 95% wheat. It's got to be wheat forward. And you love barley. That's the only other thing in here is barley.
Yeah.
So
barley's my jam. That and avocado, and I still haven't found avocado.
I'm getting some of the bread notes from the wheat, but this is going to sound weird because I know it's not a wheated bourbon, which is totally different. So I'm going to be honest, I don't have a lot of experience with a wheat whiskey, but I'm getting some raisin notes.
I'm getting sugar. I'm getting like baking sugar. It's
like confectionery sugar?
Yes.
Well, it's funny because often with a wheated bourbon, I get Danish. And it's often like a cinnamon Danish, or it's an apricot Danish. This is like a raisin Danish because it's got like that vanilla icing thing on it going on. And you've got those raisins that are coming through. I mean, I don't know. We got to taste it. Can we taste it now?
Cheers.
Because I just can't wait anymore. Oh, wow. I mean, I've heard a lot of people talk about they don't like wheat whiskeys. If I didn't know, and we tasted it there and I didn't know it was a wheat whiskey, it tastes kind of like a bourbon to me.
It does. It's good. I'm gonna have to get into it a couple more times.
We'll have a couple more tastes for sure.
It is a wheater. There is no doubt. If you can't find wheat in this, just
you got something wrong because it's 95% wheat.
Yeah, I mean, it would be like opening a bottle of wine and basically saying, I can't find the wine grape. It's really obvious.
Are you getting like some maple on this? I mean, just on the smell and the taste. I mean, I mentioned in another video that, people are using high-end whiskeys for cocktails. I'm just thinking, wow, wouldn't this be amazing in a maple old fashioned? Because it's got some of these really interesting notes on it. And it's 118 proof, but I don't know if I want to pour $200 whiskey into an old fashioned, but that's me.
I'm getting black pepper in the back. There's something at the front that it's driving me crazy. I cannot figure out what it is. And it's something I really like that's great. It's almost, I hate saying it. I'll just say what I'm thinking. I feel at the beginning I'm getting tapioca pudding. And I
think that's fine. I mean, because I often get like a vanilla custard and things of that nature. And I don't think you're far off. There's so many vanilla notes on this. There's
something there that's really interesting and really different.
I don't think you're crazy for saying that. And having you say that, I can see where you're coming from.
Well, butter me up and call me a biscuit.
I'm digging this. Wow, it's just good. I mean, there's some other kind of fruit in here. I mean, I know I got the raisin, but
I'll say this. Here is the thing. The smelling and the tasting of it right now, I'm being really honest here. The thing I am getting is regret because we only got this bottle. And there are probably others I would have been willing to pass on now knowing what this tastes like. And no disrespect to anything we're going to review in the future that we got that weekend. But this, I'm like,
Well, we didn't buy a lot that weekend.
No, not really.
It was probably our smallest purchase weekend ever. I think we only bought 7 total bottles.
Yep. And we got some really good ones, but I'll be honest, I regret we didn't get a second. And they were going off the shelves as we were there. They had an area by the register
with the big green boxes that I showed you in the picture. People were just walking out with them like crazy. Like I said, this one guy came in and walked out with 2 full cases.
Yeah, he looked like Butterbean, the fighter from back in the day, and he was walking out carrying enough.
And when he had his arm in a sling too.
Yeah.
But he still carried 2 cases out. I'm just saying.
That's why I thought it was Butterbean after a fight. I mean, he was walking out carrying that stuff. I think we get.
Anyway, let's do a taste for the finish.
Okay.
Again, on the palate though, while I'm waiting for this finish to take hold, I'm just getting so many like creamy notes. It's creamy. The mouthfeel is terrific. And that raisin Danish with that vanilla icing on top. Loving it. Now the finish is still there, so it's medium to long, I would say. It's not a strong pal finish because it doesn't have a lot of spice notes, do you think?
No.
I'm loving this. It's going to be great in our Penelope collection, which we have quite a few back here already.
Yes, this will be interesting in a wheater competition. We're talking about doing that later this year.
Well, this is actually have to be in a wheat whiskey competition. I think the only wheat whiskey we have is Bernheim.
So we'd have to do a matchup.
Yeah, we have to do a mashup with this and Bernheim.
Well, we could
do that.
We could.
There you go. Throw the eye on the gauntlet. So I don't know who else does a full wheat whiskey or not. We'll research that. Or you all can drop a note in the comments and let us know what other wheat whiskeys you would love for us to try. I mean, we did a rice whiskey over the summer.
Right.
It wasn't on our video. We weren't doing a YouTube channel yet, but we actually reviewed a rice whiskey. Melick from New Orleans area, from Louisiana, and fantastic rice whiskey. So you just never know what you're going to love. And that's why I say you just need to taste and find out and just explore.
Exactly. So we'll probably have to do a matchup. But it's funny now knowing this because we actually tried the Bernheim on Sunday.
We did, 'cause we did the Heaven Hill You Do Bourbon experience, and there was a select stock that was actually a single malt, the Bernheim wheat whiskey, the Larceny barrel proof, and the Elijah Craig barrel proof. So we did try their Bernheim on that.
Well, we'll do a matchup, but I will go on record right now, and I'm gonna say I will be shocked if Bernheim beats this, because we just had it, and it was
fantastic.
Fun. This is really good.
I mean, we've met a few of the people from Penelope. Wendy, love you, and so shout out to Wendy, the brand ambassador. So anyway, this is great. If you get a chance to get one of these bottles, and I think you can only get it at Lux Row right now. So if you're in the Bardstown area, stop by and see if they still have these beautiful green boxes. I would definitely get one. Yeah,
and it's probably one of those ones that's now on the secondary market. And if it is, then, depending on how much it is, I think it's worth getting, because it's really good, and it's really different. It's different, exactly. I mean, we got a lot of stuff behind us, 1 or 2 bottles here. And it really, it's different than most of the things we have on the shelf.
It's fabulous. I'm so glad we went to Bardstown at the right time.
It's a great time.
Even though I lost out on the raffle.
It's a great time of the year to go. And honestly, I'd recommend it.
And I'd recommend watching that video.
Yes.
The ultimate guide to the Bourbon Trail in Bardstown. So
yes, it was very good. So cheers. Cheers to the brand ambassador out there, Penelope. Great lady. Great stuff that's in our glass, and we're going to be enjoying it when the camera goes off. Cheers.
Cheers.